balls. Is that our future? Is that what we're slowly getting to? Like the brains just can keep. Those are rams, right? I thought they had horns.
Honestly, I'm not really sure.
All right.
Got
What the hell is
off with
going
the
on?
funk.
What's going on?
What's
Kyle?
going on?
Living life.
We're gonna get creepy today. Creepy right off the bat. Got to use the sound.
Yeah, set the mood. Set the mood.
Yeah. So I see that you guys. This will be out when this comes out, but you have your part 3 of Mouse Cemetery.
Yeah, so he actually didn't come with because his
had-
kid was sick.
yeah,
or he
throwing
was
up
sick.
babies.
I don't remember which one. But me, Alex, and Chase, who have been on multiple investigations with me and him, we went back to Mouse Cemetery. It was raining. It was a stormy night.
Mm.
And it was a fairly creepy night. We had some things happen, and I definitely think the viewers should take a look at
Right.
what we caught and see what they think.
Well, what are one of the things? Because this will already be out when this comes out, so
Yeah,
people could have already seen
so
it.
there was
What was
a
like?
part where we were walking around trying to get an EMF reading. If you don't know, that's electromagnetic fields,
Mhm.
and we're trying to get a spike upon answering questions to, see if they could use the light up device to help us figure out some answers.
Mhm.
And we ended up getting a good spike, and we were asking if it was a person, if it was something else, and it told us that it wasn't a person.
And so, how did it say that? Would you ask say no or
Yes.
not no, not say like? How do you form the question?
Light up the device for me for yes. Don't
Okay.
light it up for no.
Mm.
We've gotten quite a few things
Yeah,
like that
it's-
happening.
Right.
It's tough to say if it's just something in the earth causing it to fluctuate, but when you're asking questions and it seems to
Right.
immediately have a reaction,
Yeah.
kind of is like there could be something paranormal there.
And rain too, and the water and everything too.
Yeah, so
like,
I don't know if weather was playing a factor, but
No, just like that could help attract more.
I agree.
yeah,
Water, like anything next to a water source, they say like that's supposedly be haunted. It's just like a current.
Yeah, it's like a conductor.
Yeah, a conductor for the spirits,
Yeah.
like the energy to feed off of.
and so there's actually a lake or a bayou right behind Mouse Cemetery. You could, if you're there during the day, you can see it, but at night you can't. It just looks like woods.
Man, the first time we went to Mouse Cemetery, it was at night. Everything, you find the one little fucking light post out
Yep.
there, which is so
Yeah.
creepy.
And it's
So
like a
creepy.
yellow light.
Yeah, dude, really
Yeah.
sets the mood
It
right
does.
away.
It does.
You're like, okay, so we get out there, and I told it last time about how we had some communication with the rock throwing and stuff, and we asked it to do it again, and it came like right by us. Well, before that, we were like, kind of searching outside of the cemetery a little bit, just in the woods there. And we had come across, like, I've never been there in the daytime. Maybe you could see it in the daytime. There was like this house or something, right?
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
It's
but
not?
No.
When did it get removed?
Because that was the Centauri guy's house. He was like a mad
I'm
professor.
pretty sure I know the house you're talking about.
Is that the
too.
Mad Professor thing?
Yeah. Well,
Is it?
that was one of them. There is a house though, like off the back left of the cemetery, where there's like
Like
a,
back left if you're staring at the cemetery from the parking lot?
yeah, like if
Yeah.
you're staring at their sign and you go all the way to the left in the back
Yeah.
corner, you can go through a part of the fence, and then there's like a plot where there's like a family and dogs and stuff, and then you can
Oh,
look
really?
down like their little run, and there's a house there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's definitely not the one because it was
Then
like
I'm
pretty
wrong.
much straight. It was pretty much like, go straight into the cemetery, hop over the last little fence, and it's kind of like down on this ridge almost. You start going down because it had like a porch wrapped around it.
Oh yeah, that house. Yeah.
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 And then like, like on the one side it's kind of level, on the other side it goes way down because of the ridge.
Yep. Okay, yeah, that house is still there.
Is it still there? That's not the professor house. then,
No,
right? Well, who the fuck house is that? Just
It
somebody's
seems like
house.
a summer home.
Right? Yeah,
I
because we
think.
go, and I thought I'd seen cameras, and I was like, oh shit, dude, this isn't like.
Yeah, this ain't to be fucked with.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I went and looked at the properties. Like, I'm one of my hunting apps. You can see who owns. what
Okay,
property.
yeah,
And
right.
The people who own it live in like a different state.
Yeah.
So it's most likely.
What creeped us out that night, because I'm like, what the fuck is this sitting over here? You know, not knowing that it was there. But yeah, those fucking hunting apps are they fucking lifesaver, especially even if you just go like camping anywhere, like you're just fucking camping off state land. You want to make sure that you're not on private property.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're
dude.
so nice. Like, and on top of that, the hunt Onyx Hunt is what I
Yep.
use, and it doesn't use cell service, so it's a GPS even when
Right.
you don't have signal. So that's freaking awesome. You don't get lost in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very handy to always have, or even on an investigation in woods. You know, you
Yeah.
don't want to
Yeah.
get fucking
you
lost,
don't
or all of
know.
a sudden you start hearing like a yelling or somebody at you. You want to make sure you're not on people's fucking property, dude.
Yeah, I'll get turned around like walking down the street, and I'll be like, "Wait, which way was I supposed to go?" So the woods. Yeah,
Wait a minute here.
yeah, but like to swing back to what he was saying too with the EMF stuff, like you're in the middle of the woods. There's no reason that you should be getting spikes that are above like green like dots, because it goes all the way up to yellow and then red, which is like 12 or something, like milligauss or whatever they call like classify that shit is.
What? Yeah.
And that shit'll like you'll ask a question and it'll go all the way to the red. And you're like, there's no electricity in the ground.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, our first thought is, okay, is it our phone? But you even bring a phone up to it, it doesn't make it go off.
Not
Right.
that hard if you do it right too, because if you put it right on the battery, it'll do something, but it won't just ping to the top like it was.
Right. It's it's a surge of
Mhm.
electricity is what it's really designed to find.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
But will continue on to what happened when I was asking if it was a person, a ghost,
Right.
whatever. I had this really weird sensation that someone was grabbing me like right below my shoulder on my arm and squeezing as hard as they could. It was so weird.
Really?
Like
Flex
it just came no, it was it was weird like that. And the thing is like it happened so quick that my brain didn't even register that like something weird was happening, and then all of a sudden I couldn't move my arm. It was like I had a Charlie horse in my arm. And I had to take my backpack off, and like I was probably in pain for about 7 minutes,
Yeah.
and then it just went away.
Rate your pain.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
1
Yeah,
to
what's
10.
your pain scale?
7.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
7?
Like, because it wasn't hurting me before, and all of a sudden it just felt like
Yeah, but 7's like
That's high.
that's like
It was-
yeah.
it was bad.
That's wild.
Like, it hurt really bad. It felt like I had almost dislocated my shoulder.
Was it like a cold chill? Or was it
Dislocated
just
your
pain?
shoulder pain?
Yeah.
I think we just need to prorate that to a 5.
Okay. Fine. I'm exaggerating for views, okay?
A 7.
Because he grabbed my arm and he started ripping hard.
7. Shit.
Maybe your pain tolerance might be a little lower than what ours are.
Could be.
Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's funny because I think Jimmy from Ruin Road, the Urbexers, I think he said when they went to Mount Cemetery, he had the same kind of experience with somebody touching his shoulder or his arm. I mean, he didn't say like it was squeezing or anything, more like a touch, and then like he turned and just fucking got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, and I mean, we asked questions like, is there a spirit causing this? And like, it would light up.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's the first place that I had gotten touched, like, while we were on an investigation, too, because I had 3 scratches go straight down my back.
You did. Yeah.
That was fun.
And then it would just feel like burning.
Yep. And then when we
you were
left
just
the
like,
cemetery,
why the fuck
yeah,
is
I was
this?
like, hey, check my back. And there's just 3 good long scratches straight down my back.
He was asking for it, though. He was calling them pussies.
I
And
was like, you ain't gonna do shit.
You were doing
bitch."
your best Zach Bagans.
so
Yep.
since the last time, I don't remember if we talked about this the last time we were here or not, but we went to Nunica Cemetery, and he was being provocative all night, calling out the spirits, being excessively aggressive.
Obscene is probably the best way.
Hey, Trevor, you would never think would ever exist. And which sucks is the video from that night, all of it got corrupted, and
And
we don't
lost
have
it.
anything from
Really?
it. Yeah, and it was one of the craziest nights we've ever had. And the next day, he realized he didn't have his wallet.
Mm.
I don't remember taking it out either. It was in my back pocket the whole night, and it was just gone.
He went back the next day, spent 4 hours looking in the cemetery, and
Still,
never found
never
it.
found
Never
it.
found it. Yep, I called like the local town stuff.
I think I
all
remember
that.
this now.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Did we talk about
Yeah,
that?
I think so. Yeah, that's
It's still so
fucking
weird.
crazy.
To me. Like I want to call it a coincidence, but I was like, that's just too weird. When I was being an asshole to like the spirits there, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden my shit just goes missing, and it's all of my valuables.
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
Fuck.
Yeah, your ID, money, cards,
Oh, all of it.
everything.
I mean,
gone.
What's worse to lose, your phone or your wallet?
I'd say my wallet, 100%.
Right.
Because
I say
going
wallet
through
because
that,
you got to go
fucking-
through all the cards, the ID. Like,
Yeah.
call everybody and be like, turn my shit off, man.
Well, I don't. Fuck.
Yeah, I had like 6 fucking cards in there, and I was like, I have to call so many different businesses now.
Yeah, I'd say the wallet too. I'd say the wallet.
It's like, I'll just get a new phone. I don't give a shit. I was like, I'll throw this one in the water and call it good.
Yeah. So how much stake do you put in that? Like this supposed stupid urban legend behind Mount Cemetery with the. How much stake do you put in that? With the
It's hard to
chair,
say. Because I've seen
Do you know
accounts
what
of people saying like that stuff's all made up. And then other times, you'll get into like the actual like lore of things, and they'll be like, there's an Indian burial ground there, and there's a lot of like history that's even farther back than that. But then it's like it also would make sense that the chair and like that mad scientist, because he wrote a book, and like he was a real person.
What was the book called?
I don't remember.
it's
off the top of my
literally
head.
about ghosts and paranormal
Yeah,
and
and-
psychic abilities.
Exactly.
What was the? Do you remember what the science?
Satori or
It's something
Satori or something like that.
Yeah, it's something Satori or something.
I think I remember looking that up too. Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
like
yeah.
that stuff really happened.
He has an actual book. You can go buy it on Amazon.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. I want to bring it up. I want to figure it out. We can bring that up here. What did you say his name is? Sandatory.
Something like that. It's like SA.
Just yeah.
something.
We can probably Google it, but just by Mouth Cemetery, Mad Professor or something.
Yeah.
He's looking it up. I think John is.
Say if I don't get to it first.
Yeah, motherfucker. Send him a link.
Who's got faster fingers?
The fastest finger? Oh, wasn't that? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The fastest fingers or something like that.
So, I was gonna say it's something like that.
Yeah. Where they to get on the hot seat to actually play the game. Fastest fingers or something. I swear that's what it was. But yeah, it seems a little fantastical. Anytime you got like a mad scientist or something or professor or something, it starts to like the credibility for the most people. It starts to be like, oh, okay.
Well, I think he was just ahead of his time. I think.
Well, when was this? Like, what was
Like the 60s.
1960s?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So back
That's
then, from my understanding, is people were extremely religious, and
Right.
things like paranormal were extremely taboo, and you were looked down upon like a crazy person if you believed in ghosts.
Right.
I mean, obviously, I wasn't alive in the 60s.
Sedony.
Sedony.
It's Saddony.
Saddony.
I'm pretty sure that's it. Because he was on the committee for the Mouth Cemetery too.
Which makes sense. He lived on the property, basically.
Yeah, you lived like right there. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, you know the
Motherfucking
story
committee
about
bitches.
the chair though, about the kid that sat in it, and then to that exact date a year later, he died in a car
died.
accident.
Yeah, that's the part I was saying. Like, so how much stock do you put in that? Like the chair, because the chair's gone now.
Yeah, they took that out pretty soon after they started like making the stories about it up.
And then, and there was no like
I think
documented.
that's just urban legend. I don't think it holds any weight. I think it's just a huge coincidence and
Coincidence.
A coincidence.
A huge. Yeah, I mean, it could be.
It's just weird that it happened a year to the day. Where it's like,
Right.
what are the chances of that though?
But didn't he like sit in the chair? Was he like? Did he just sit in the chair? Like just sat in it, or like didn't he like say something, or like?
I want to say you're right with he said something or like enticed the spirits that were there.
Right.
like how I was doing.
From how I've felt there, some of the times it doesn't seem like there's at least one spirit there you don't want to mess with. Like
How many times have
something
you been
dark.
there total?
3.
I've
Oh,
been there,
3.
like,
So
4
each
or
time.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, because you were in the other 2 investigations for this, and then you've been there previously or
Yep.
in between. Yeah,
The only time I've been there is for What Goes Bump in the Night.
right. To investigate it.
Yeah.
And you've only been to Unica that one time. You never went back?
I've gone a few other times.
Because people say that one's a bitch because of cops.
No.
It's really not that bad. In
The
all
worst part
honesty.
is other people coming there.
yeah.
So
usually
other
people
is it,
just
like,
drive
popular?
through.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
hey, we actually have met someone really cool. His name's Tommy Tombstone. He does a lot of paranormal investigating. We're actually doing a live stream with him next week.
Okay.
But he went there and had nothing happen when we had just left there, and we're like, dude, it's crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And
like
then
we
he
were
went
getting,
and
yeah, we were getting voices on the spirit box, like directly responding to us, and like,
did you
caught
tell
that
him the area?
scream.
yeah, I caught
That
that
you're at?
scream that we played last
Yeah,
time.
the scream. The scream. Yeah. It sound like that.
Yeah, it was like that, except it sounded like a banshee. Could have
Yeah,
just been
it's-
an owl, but
It's one of those. Yeah, you could say, well, it's just an urban legend. You know, like urban legends are meant to be. Now it seems like it's more like, yeah, it's fake, but people say, you know, Bigfoot. It's like it's classified. You know, it's like a
He's
cryptid
real.
and what did I just say? Or urban legend too.
Yeah.
But there's lots of people that swear that that's real.
They were like Mothman isn't real and all that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Mothman. I mean,
Yeah.
you think that's real?
I mean, I think there's a good possibility that there is something like that we haven't discovered yet, because there's too many accounts. And like I've heard a couple recently on other podcasts too that there were like this year even that before something bad happened, because they say that Mothman's a bad omen. That if you
Yeah, if
see
you
something
see
bad
it,
will happen.
something bad. Yeah.
And like
Like, there's never really any incidences of like Mothman in the person, like
interacting really.
Yeah, that you don't really hear about.
except
like,
the first story ever of Mothman where he attacked a car.
right
Yeah, I mean, I'm on
after
that.
that though, it's like you see it bad.
Yeah,
but
I'm on
that's
that
it.
boat too, where it's like it's just more of an omen. Where it's like, if you like, the best way I can explain it is like there was a couple of kids at a carnival, and they saw Mothman like off in the distance, off past some of the tents, and it was way too big to be just a normal like bat or something. And then they saw him land, and he had like 8-foot wingspan and was like 6 feet tall, and they're like red eyes. Couldn't explain what it was, even though like your brain probably is not able to comprehend what you're looking at right away, even if
Right.
it is something you know. And then they said shortly after that there was deaths in their family and like a bunch of bad things happened following that. And it's like, is that coincidence or
Right.
are
See,
they lying?
so is it like the bad omen if you see Mothman,
I think it has to do with like
or just
immediate like in your circle that you know or something. So it's like it could happen to you or it could happen to somebody you know. In
'cause
that
I thought I remember
retrospect.
seeing incidents of like
I-
it was like they seen Mothman on like a building or something, and then something bad happened there.
Yeah, or like the first big one was the bridge. I forgot what the name of the bridge was, and then the
Pleasant.
bridge collapsed. Yeah,
Pleasant
Right.
Valley or Pleasant something.
yeah, and then like 80 people died in that bridge collapse, and it's like it's really weird that somebody would just make up a story about seeing this weird animal that could be human moth
Right.
thing.
Well, see, that's where like what you said earlier, your brain being able to comprehend it, right? So I feel the same thing about Bigfoot. If you were to see it, how is your brain supposed to comprehend it? It's immediately going to go, that's a bear,
Because
right? Because
Yeah.
even if you haven't seen a bear before, it's crazy when you see a actual bear in the wild
Right.
because they're huge.
I've never seen one in the wild.
I've seen 3 grizzlies in Alaska, and it was like, holy shit, that's
Yeah.
a big animal.
That's
Like,
fucking
that thing could kill
scary.
me without even blinking an eye.
first time I saw a moose, I almost shit my pants because I was like,
Uh,
they're
yeah,
fucking
Those are
huge.
enormous too.
Another extremely large animal. So we're talking Mothman and
I've seen
Bigfoot
moose in
are supposed
Minnesota.
to be extremely large cryptids, right? So how is your brain supposed to comprehend something it's, for one, never seen? It's only seen depictions of it.
Right.
How is your brain supposed to go, okay, that's what I saw?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you supposed to explain it with words on top of that, like the only way to say I saw Bigfoot, I saw Mothman. There's no other way that you could try to explain it. You know,
almost possible that Mothman could like not even actually like could look totally different than what drawings and people are actually doing because people just think Mothman.
Yeah.
And then once it became a thing, if you see something that remotely resembles something like a moth like that, you're going to say Mothman.
Yeah. Or Slender Man. That was
Slender
actually
Man is
made up.
That is like completely, fabricated. And
100% was.
That's an internet cryptid.
It's crazy.
But people believe it 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever played the game?
Siren Man or whatever it is.
It's
Game's fucking
crazy.
It's super. If you play it in the dark in the middle of the night,
because it's
fucking
a super
scary.
dark game. It's a super dark game. It's fucking.
But I
I
love
never
it.
played it.
The jump
Never
scares
did?
are the
Yeah, you
best.
should play it.
I
Yeah, it's
should.
got pretty good jump scares, even though the graphics aren't like top notch. Like
Yeah, they're
are
toned
now.
down for sure.
But it's fine because it's dark and creepy.
I
Those
like
games
it.
are the.
yeah,
You should-
turn those fucking headphones up, sit back in the dark, and just
Remember
Get ready.
that game that they were advertising that never came to be? It was fucking supposed to be. Oh fuck! It happened. I had the name and then it's gone now. Oh,
flush.
it was by some Japanese creator. My mind's wanting to say Silent Hill, but I don't think that's it. It was named something like P.
Phasmophobia.
No,
No, that's a real game that came out.
That game's out.
No,
and
this
it's
is like-
sick.
not PG something. It had some like different name at first, but then it was going to be like a Silent Hill game. PT.
Oh yeah,
You remember that?
Yep.
I think I heard of it. It sounds super familiar.
That John, pull up a playthrough of PT. Dude, that shit was fucking crazy. That looked like a game. That's a game that you want to get sucked into, and you're like, oh my god, it's a movie.
Yep.
It looked like a movie.
Yeah, I want to play that Phasmophobia game.
Oh.
That game looks sweet too.
That's the one that you walk around a house and like see
Do, like-
phantoms and shit, right?
Yeah, you do use like actual ghost hunting tools and stuff.
Oh, do you?
yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
That
you
is
walk
really
around
cool.
with like an EMF detector.
That's
and,
kinda
like,
why
you try
I
to catch
liked-
EVPs and
Really?
yeah, there's like whole mysteries to solve for like these.
Is that for PC or for Xbox and everything too?
I think it's just
only
PC.
right now.
Yeah, it's on Steam.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Steam game.
Okay, here. Oh yes. Oh, 19 minutes. Gee. Oh fuck. They don't got one that. Fuck it.
Markiplier.
Just go. Just click on it. Fuck it.
Yeah, then just
Yeah.
like jump like halfway through or something. Oh, it's just gonna start.
It actually looks really
Whoa!
good.
What?
Yeah. Fucking full.
like, the
fucking
whole thing
full
with this
screen
was
it.
it
Fuck
was,
it, John.
Huh?
Is it VR?
It looks like it should be.
If it is, then that's
oh my
tight.
goodness!
No, this one was like.
It looks like they're in a real house.
Yeah. Turn your mic up, John.
Hello. Oh,
There you are.
I was just gonna say that. No, the thing with this is it got canceled, but it was like supposed to have Norman Reedus and like
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro was working on. it.
Yeah.
Well, what the
Look at how
fuck?
fucking crazy this looks.
Start
like
a
realistic.
Kickstarter. I want this game. Even the sound.
The sound is.
The lighting is really good too.
Yeah.
Like there's even like just a hint of a shadow on the wall from him walking.
How do you scrap this? Like, it's such a good concept.
Hall door opens. It's weird. Fuck you. That's right now. I'd be like, fuck you. What the fuck do I gotta do?
I'm stuck in a death loop.
Yeah. But you see, this is like the thing is like shit keeps changing. Like, dude, like it gets crazier and crazier every time you like walk through this son of a bitch.
Oh my god, that would drive me crazy.
Dude, I
That
know,
gives me
right?
Anxiety, because like if
Like,
that
I
happens
just
to me in
walked
real
through
life,
here.
Exactly.
I love it already
No.
so much.
All right, that
He said,
door-
"Nope, fuck out."
Nope. Let me see what's in here. It's been banging. Yeah. No. Oh shit. See, now it opens.
Oh, there's little rats coming out underneath
Yeah.
the door. Oh. What?
See, this is those creepy ass fucking games. You're like, no, I don't even want to play it no more.
I could see this being a hit too. If you wanted
Dude,
to fuck your Friday night up, that's what you do.
Yeah, you can't fucking go to bed after.
Never.
Oh, dude, it gets fucking nuts.
I would.
It was so cool. I made the mistake of deleting it from my PlayStation.
Oh, can you not get it back now either?
Nope, it was like the demo was out, and once they scrapped it, they just got rid of it from the store.
Oh, those bastards.
Little alien thingy. Looking like.
This is wild.
Looking like a fool with your tongue in the sink.
Yeah. Are those chapters down there, John? Like hover over the track, like how you can fast forward? Are those like breakups, like Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to get through it.
Yeah, go to where right there. Yeah, go to where it gets crazy. Oh fuck your stupid
on.
ass ad. Your ass ad.
Fucking sellouts.
You bastards. Yeah, do something like that where it gets all crazy lighting. I don't care.
Still waiting for the one time we go to investigate a place and we get stuck in something like this.
There's like writing on the wall and shit.
What the fuck?
Until you find the removed picture. Yeah, this. Not peak.
Oh my god, this is so creepy.
Isn't it, dude? This is so weird.
Our society is rotten to the core. I'm talking while the fine, upstanding folks got their welfare cut, got their jobs pulled out from under us. You know what to do. Now's the time. Do it.
So real sounding.
Oh, I know. Did they actually kill someone
All
to
right,
get that voice?
jump ahead. Oh, the fake ending too.
Yeah, then you actually have to play the demo like 2-3 times to get to the real thing.
Oh.
What a mind
Yeah,
fuck.
see, I probably haven't seen any of this other stuff up here. Dude. Find the ghost. I found it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. All right, that's enough.
That's raw.
I feel like that's what most people think's gonna happen when they find a ghost.
Yeah. They always assume
It's
the
gonna attack
absolute
them, rip
worst.
their heart open, and walk away.
Yeah. Dude, there's people that are, are like friends with their ghosts. Like people are like
No,
lonely.
there are people that are
And-
actual friends with the ghosts.
Look
that
at
live in their
Casper.
homes.
Yeah. I mean, not even to that extent. It's even like, they just know that they're there and they don't feel like they're alone.
Yeah, they'll see something like move in the house and be like, "Is
Oh, it's
that
just
you,
Billy."
Johnny?
Yeah, yeah. Or something's moved, they'll say
Johnny,
that.
it's not funny."
Yeah. Where the hell's all the knives, Johnny?
Can you close the cupboards when I wake up, please?
Yeah.
Johnny, stop opening all the cupboards on Wednesdays. Fuck
Please.
you.
Oh god.
Right.
Yeah.
When they use that as almost, like to cope with their loneliness.
Ah, that game looks so good.
Oh,
Damn
I
it.
know, dude. It makes you want to just be able to like go to like Blockbuster and fucking hope that it's in stock.
Ah, the good old days.
The good old days. You run out there, hopefully you motherfucking get
Oh my
it.
god, get it for a week, and you're like, I don't have to download this. I can just fucking play it. It's great.
It's crazy how far games have came to where you can get trapped in a giant maze like that and get attacked by ghosts and
Yeah, and be like completely satisfied with it too in today's day and age.
like
Shit.
That was all like just in like one area.
Yeah.
just when we were kids playing video games, it was like this. It wasn't that like in depth.
It was immersive, but
storyline
not like
wise.
this.
Like games were super simple and
Right.
they had a short story that wasn't super in depth.
They
Like Crash
railroaded that
Bandicoot
shit.
and shit, stuff
Mhm.
like that, where it's just play.
And I got Elden Ring. It takes like 75 hours to complete. And I'm stuck in that.
Those
game now.
games, they are fucking hard.
It's
Like
so fun,
I
though.
never like Dark Souls games too. Like that shit was so fucking.
I
hard.
can't do that button combo mashing. So
No.
my
Yeah.
brain doesn't understand it. I've been playing sports games for so long.
I get
just
so
know how to
much
use the analog
serotonin from
sticks,
killing
that's it.
bosses.
Yeah. What's that?
Like when I played Elden Ring for the first time, like when I killed the first boss, I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
like this is amazing.
Is it still the same way in that where you got to find like a fucking fire to save and shit?
It's
Yeah.
a little different, but it's definitely still hard. Like they really throw you to the wolves right when you start.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that always was like
Mhm.
all of those games were like that. So is it not based off Dark Souls or is
It
just
is like
Dark Souls?
it's a
creator?
Miyazaki game, so like it plays like all the old Dark
Okay.
Souls game does, but you can tell that it's got new aspects where it's like you can jump now because you couldn't before, and then you got a horse and shit now.
Right. Okay.
And then magic's a lot better, so it's like they added a bunch of shit that made the game actually playable for people that just want to pick it up instead of like when you play Dark Souls 3 for the first time, it's just like have fun getting butt fucked.
Yeah, dude. All those games, yeah, you just got butt fucked all the time. It was just cool to see like the crazy bosses.
Yep, where it's just like you see my asshole, it's gaping now.
Yeah. Where see, I would if I'm gonna play a video game, I would much rather like, play something where I can like relax, like
Yeah, put
Even
the feet
Matt-
up.
yeah, like Madden. I can relax because I was always pretty good at Madden.
Yep.
And then, or like Fallout.
Oh, I want
yeah,
another
or
one
like
so bad.
Skyrim.
Mm.
Just where I could just fucking, because you do all the side quests, and then once you get to the main quest, you can just blitzkrieg through it because you're
Yeah.
so more advanced, like
Yeah.
in those bosses.
I
Yeah.
find myself playing a lot of games like Ark and Conan Exiles and
Which are grinds, but not as hard.
yeah, super grindy. Like
Yeah.
build, start from nothing. You
Mhm.
got to make everything.
I'll play Borderlands when I want to vibe out real hard. And they have a new one coming out called Tiny Tina's. And I was like,
Oh,
that
really?
one's going to get me real hype.
Hype, hype.
See, I need worlds that like I can be creative in and build stuff and change it.
Mm-hmm. I
like-
had really high hopes for No Man's Sky.
I love
It
No
was
Man's
such a
Sky.
flop at first, though.
At
It's
first,
so
yeah,
good
and
now.
then I never got into it
It's so good
after
now.
that. Yeah, so did it turn into what?
It turned
Everybody
into
wanted
everything
it?
you wanted it to be. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
the
you
devs
can
actually
build
listen.
and you can
Yes.
do all that. And
Yes, and like you can randomly run into other people's discovered planets.
So you
Like,
can actually
listen
do
to-
that now.
Yeah.
Before it was like I'm never gonna run
After
into
the
anybody
first
ever.
major update, I jumped into the game, had bought it, just was like, this
Hated
thing looks
it.
awesome. I'm gonna give this one big major update a chance to see like where they want to go with the game,
Yeah.
and jumped in, played for a while, was just flying around one day, and just warped into a new solar system and found a planet that someone else had already discovered, and they built this massive pyramid on it.
Really?
Huge, like ridiculously huge. This dude must have spent like days
Months
building
even.
this thing, because you can go into people's stuff, like everything's open and public. There isn't like, this is mine, you can't have it.
Oh,
in
really?
the
So you
game.
can like go in there and raid all their
Yeah,
shit.
it's there's no PvP, so you can't kill other like people.
can't
in the
kill
game
'em.
yet.
Can you take their
Could
supplies?
you see him playing if he was online? Could
Yeah.
you, but he wasn't online, so he's
He
just
wasn't
like not
online.
there.
Yeah, he just wasn't there.
So you
And
could have like, but you could have took all of his shit.
It's there to use openly.
Crazy.
What do you mean?
Can you
Like-
edit his building?
Yeah.
What?
You what?
I mean, I didn't play it
I think
since first time.
there's ways to make it happen, but you can't just do it like right off the bat. Like,
It's probably like a setting
'cause
he has to put where it's like,
there's
you
like
can
a
add that.
base thing you have to put
Really?
down this like computer, and then it gives you like an area to build in.
Yeah, right.
That's
So-
pretty cool.
But yeah, that just doesn't make sense. You could like go and edit other people's.
I bet
buildings.
you
like,
he
you
had
come
to
back
tell
and
him
it's
you
just like
could.
a big old
Yeah,
dick
if
on
I
your,
was
the
to, like-
ground or something. You know,
That
like,
would be
just
me.
Blocks.
You could,
You know, like fuck you.
pretty sure
There's
there's
dick,
ways
there's
that
dick.
like you can make it so that other people like it's open.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
don't-
but
I
you
don't know.
you could
I haven't played
You
it.
probably like
possibly
flip
make
the
a
switch and be
setting.
like, "Fuck that, don't touch it."
Right. That's what I'd be like. Yeah, you ain't fucking
Yeah,
touch
I
my
haven't
shit.
played in
when
like
I'm
4
not
or
here.
5 months, so I don't.
But you still haven't ran into like another random person playing, though.
Oh yeah, there's ways to do that for sure too.
Like ways. So there's
Have
like,
you
just-
though?
Because it all depends. Like, so the online hub is a spaceship that everyone flies into, but you might not be in the same solar system when you fly into it.
Oh, that makes sense.
So you go through like a wormhole when you enter this ship in the game, like census. And then when you leave, you go back into the solar system you were in. But you can invite other people. So like when you show up, there's a giant map thing and you can select where to go. And
Right.
you can go into other solar systems that people have found
Uh-huh.
and like do it that way too.
But you still haven't been just like traveling around on
Seen
a
a
planet
ship or
Yeah,
something.
no.
and then just ran into somebody.
I
people
haven't
hate it.
yet. No, I don't know if people. I bet you can. Most of the times when I have ran into someone, it's because we decided to meet up.
And then you like pick a planet.
Yeah, because like you can get coordinates to every planet, and then you can post them.
Alright,
And
right.
People post them online and stuff, and other people go check out their planet.
Go
and-
check out my Reddit.
Wow, dude. Fucking MTV Cribs,
It's
bro.
pretty- I
Come
mean,
check
it's
out my place.
It's a cool community too. Like you literally just walking around the online hub, and someone will literally just drop like 100 billion units into your inventory,
Really?
and you're
Just because they're
rich.
generous?
Yeah.
Because they've been playing it since day one.
That happened to
Right.
me like 4 or 5 times. Like I'd just be walking around the online hub and then I'd leave and I go, how the usually they'll give you this like certain engine that you can find
Oh, okay.
and they'll give it to you because it's like an engine part or
It's
something.
worth a lot.
It's worth like the most amount of any item in the galaxy.
But they'll walk
in
up
the
to you
world.
in the game, though.
and be
Yeah,
like,
they just drop it
"Friend."
into your inventory. It just
So
gives
they'll
you a
just
little
walk up to you, you'll see
notification.
them on your screen, all of a sudden just be like, boom.
Yeah,
you got
say
one, and
like
you're
this
just like,
person
dang.
put this in your inventory.
Okay, are you like talking to them? Is this like this lobby like where you like talk to people?
You can, yeah.
Oh, okay. Just be like,
Have you ever seen that hardcore GTA like servers where they play it like they're really living in that like in a simulation of GTA?
oh, so like the police officers,
Yeah,
are, like,
and they're all
actually
like,
police officers.
We got a like a convict or whatever escaped this and that, and then like
Yeah.
call out like the streets and shit that they're on in GTA, and then like you'll hear the people like in the cop car yelling at each other about where they're going and shit, and be like, we got a blue car hidden left on this right, and it's like, you guys are fucking in this, like,
Dude.
I love
Yeah,
it.
There's like crazy,
Yeah,
there's
like-
crazy like role play servers in games. It's wild.
Like, do they have like just people that are just like regular, like just people walking by? Like, on
Yeah,
the-
like I've watched a few streamers that'll jump in it and they'll be like, all right, I'm
Yeah,
taking
I've
this
seen
persona
that.
today, and then they'll just walk around and they'll walk into random people that are like playing, and they'll be like, hi, my name's Bob. And it's like, what's happening? Like, is this really what you do?
I get sucked into it somehow off of like Facebook Watch.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'll be scrolling on my news feed, and it'll be like Facebook Watch, and then it'd be something like that. And this dude, was hardcore playing the police officer role, and they were trying to get this guy. It was. I'm like, I just got sucked into watching it.
And it's
I'm like,
they
holy shit.
really do this?
Yeah, and
No,
like people like they all
do
follow
that.
the
It's
rules,
crazy.
like you follow the stoplights and
Yeah.
shit.
I was blown away the first time
Yeah.
I watched like an
There's-
hour of it, and I was
There's
like,
art
what?
servers that are like that.
That's, I mean, it's awesome. Like I commend those people because like I don't think I could stick to the role play that long. Like I played
Yeah.
D&D, but like I'll even get out of character, but be like, guys, this voice is too hard.
This is too hard, dude.
Can I
Can't keep
change
this
it?
up all fucking night,
Right.
bro? I remember I did that in like Driver. Remember that game?
Yep.
And you could do. I would like go by the lights and stuff and like try to
Yep.
actually drive around like the normal cars were and shit. But people are like streaming and like making money
Oh yeah, I can't believe how much
Off of
money
doing
they
that
make.
in
They're
GTA,
millionaires. Like it's wild. It's
Like,
like, shit,
you'll
thought
just
of
see
this.
their streams too. It's just like bing, bing, like
Mhm.
people like donating, subbing.
It's wild how much money people make.
People drop like hundreds of dollars at once on them people, and it's like,
I know.
I like supporting my friends, but like, what are you getting out of it? Yeah, please.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I don't. I mean, it's
I don't
it's just
understand
crazy. Yeah, I don't either. That's what I was gonna say. I don't understand. It's like,
Man, I
but
feel
it
like,
sucked me in.
Easily, I still watch that shit to this day.
Yeah.
You know, and if it was
Yeah,
tonight,
I-
you know, later on tonight, if I was scrolling and it popped up, you know, I'd definitely probably end up watching it
I
for at
follow-
least a little while.
So many video game streamers.
That's how I find most of my games,
and
honestly.
YouTube creators that make videos of them
Well,
playing
there's
video games.
Tons of people that'll
It's
go
wild,
to
like,
Twitch.
Oh, Twitch is huge.
It's crazy because like watching people play video games seems so like weird because like you could just play it yourself.
You could, but a lot of people will go to Twitch and stuff and find out if they really want to buy this game.
That's what I do.
That's what's
a lot.
happened to me. I'll watch someone play a game and I'll be like, man, I gotta play that game. Like,
Yeah, like
I
what
have
was
to
that
see
one
it.
you were saying earlier? You probably watched some people playing that shit, huh?
which one, Conan?
No,
or-
the one that you want to play,
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia.
Oh yeah, that's how I learned about it.
Yeah, exactly.
It
See,
was just a random top live stream on YouTube one day, and I was like,
but people
what?
say if you really want to be like successful on Twitch, you don't play the fucking Elden Ring. That's like everybody is playing Twitch on.
Yeah,
You wanna
everybody
play-
hops on that horse.
You want to play like these ones that you wouldn't even think about, because then when
Mhm.
people go to watch that, you're like one of the top people
Yeah,
on
like-
the list.
like say like you're playing Tetris and everybody else is playing all the new games. So
Right.
you're like, well, I'm the #1 streamer playing Tetris, so fuck off.
for
Well,
us,
yeah,
like,
and it'll boost your ratings and
Mhm.
boost everything, so that way when you do play Elden Ring,
Yeah, you're one of the top there.
Yeah.
But now you're also like higher on their key
Right.
list, whatever you want to call it.
so you kind of build up through these smaller games that you
see,
want
that's
to be
what
on the
I'm
top.
trying to learn is like this whole YouTube algorithm. Like, how the fuck do they got this figured out? Because some people have it figured out.
It's
I feel
thumbnails.
like- no, it's not just
I
thumbnails.
know.
Like, there's like all these keywords and like certain words that you put in your title can lead to more interaction. It's just
Yeah.
like,
It's a psychology,
How
if
in
you
the
ask
fuck-
me.
like, is it because this letter is most popular as like the first letter, and then this letter is the second most popular, and then like figuring out some type of arrangement with how you're? I don't know.
Yeah, they
Like-
say like if you put your title and then you put like quotations or a bracket around part of the title, like you put something in
Mhm.
brackets or whatever, like that leads to more clicks.
That's so weird. It's such a weird
A lot,
psychology.
a
It makes
lot
no
of it.
sense to me.
A lot of it is your thumbnail, though. A lot of people say you
Mhm.
gotta have something that's gonna fucking make you just click on the video, and I still can't bring myself to make this corny ass fucking like wow, woo, woo, like lightning bolt, bam, wow, it's like a fucking like what,
Emojis
it's a tornado
everywhere.
on fire. Yeah, a tornado on fire. And it's just me here sitting here talking about a poop joke or something. You know what I mean? Like I just can't bring myself to do it yet. Like I don't know.
What I noticed from a lot of YouTube thumbnails, it's like a word from the title, really big,
really big, yeah.
and then a Photoshop picture of something that's related to what it is, and
Yeah.
it's like really big off to the center, like really focused, weird, and then behind it is like some weird bigger graphic that like entitles everything.
Yep, and then some crazy ass
But it's
title.
just like, I think it looks dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Do I click on the videos? Yeah, but most of the
You
time,
said, yeah,
I think-
exactly.
But
That's
I
what
think
you're
it
trying to
looks
do.
dumb. I
That's
don't
the
know.
hardest part, is because you're trying to get somebody just to fucking click on the
Yep.
son of a bitch. Just fucking click on it,
It's the
okay?
funniest. That's the hardest part, is to getting people
Just
to just
click. Yeah,
I don't
just
know.
beep.
I feel like
yeah.
we're super biased too, because I think every cover photo thing that I make,
I ain't no
looks good.
sellout.
It's
Like, I spend a lot of time on trying to figure out how I'm gonna make this one or that one.
and it's sometimes it's not even that. It's just like people just don't fucking want to click on something else.
They're like,
But-
It's
"This
like
looks
you get in
boring."
this like scroll mode and you're just like you just fucking zoning in and you're just scrolling and reading, scrolling and reading. You won't even like something that you fucking laughed at.
Yep.
You just be like, ha ha ha, and scroll and read.
What's next?
Yeah, scroll. Yeah, give me more, you know? And then before you know it, you know, just, yeah.
We're here then.
You're here. And you didn't like anything the whole time you were scrolling. And no one, you didn't click anything. Yeah, it's...
I've also read and heard other creators say that consistency in the way you thumbnail things can also lead to like more interaction as well.
Right. Yes, and that's what I've
because once you get
been
into
doing,
the trend like once or twice, like even remotely into the like the rabbit hole of where people go on YouTube,
right.
If they can see your same look consistently, they might start clicking on you more just by curiosity. Like, what is
they
this?
see it's like a repetitive thing. Like there's more,
like,
you know.
Oh, I know what that is.
Yeah, and that's why it's key to just stay consistent with everything you do.
Mm.
You know, everything you do with your content, you got to stay consistent. As far as podcasting,
Right.
and video content, you know, music gets a pass. Because
yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want and I'll listen to it.
yeah,
Music's
it's just
an open book.
yeah, music is different with the consistency of social media wise. You know, you really got to start scraping the barrel if your album's been out a year and you're still not got a new one. You know,
Like think about it like this: like you're a TikToker. All you've ever done is dance TikToks and like showing your boobies and butts and stuff. And all of a sudden you're like, today we're gonna learn in class. No, I don't want to watch that shit. I was here for the tits.
Yeah, right. yeah. Yeah, there's TikTokers, and they just do every trend. They do every hot trend. The ones that like the hashtags that just die in like 2 days.
Yep.
Even they just do that.
I don't know if I trust TikTok because it was made by China, and I feel like
They're
there's
looking in your shit.
other
They're looking
intentions
at you.
of the reasons why
They're
people are
listening
all of a
to
sudden
you.
becoming famous for stupid dances.
Let me look at
Dude.
Jackson
Lip
Mahomes.
syncing.
It's because
He's
it's,
de-
dude,
Oh,
it's
don't get me
because
started
you're a
on that.
male, so you just see it and then you end up staring at it for like 5 seconds and you're like, oh, and then you go. So then it all of a sudden, right after that, you'll close out of the app. You'll go to it later, and then that's all you see.
Yep. Twerk videos, like Russian twerk videos.
So then you have to like deliberately, even though you may not want to at the time, like if you see something you like better fucking watch that bitch if you want more of it on your timeline. Like it's all about playthroughs. So like, you know, I've recently went to just 15, trying to keep TikToks between like 15 and 20 seconds, even reels, because it's like your playthrough time adds in too.
Yep.
You know, I've recently went, you know, Facebook used to be 3 minutes because Facebook always says, 3 minutes and your video will be,
That's the key.
you know, better. But I'm like, yeah, but if the retention time is bad at the end, you're still going to, push my page down.
See,
Yep.
So
that's
I'm
where
just going with
our
minutes.
podcast has been doing really good. We've been having pretty good retention rates with
There's like
people
halfway or
staying with
more.
us.
As far as like your like Podbean like statistics and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
And like our daily listeners are
They're
within
jumping
the
right now.
20s
Yeah,
and
yeah.
30s in the past like month, which is super cool because we've been grinding so hard for 3
It was
years
like from
now, and,
5
like,
to 60, and,
and
it was
like,
like, what the fuck?
seeing the improvement and seeing that like we're still creating content that our listeners are enjoying that's bringing in more people.
Right.
Like it gets us super excited. Like we started doing SCP
yeah,
files. Have
SCPs.
you ever heard of that?
No.
SCP
It's so fun.
Foundation. Could you pull up something on that?
Okay.
Like on YouTube?
It's like the best way to explain it is like Area 51, how everybody thinks they have all this different type of shit. Like they're housing like alien stuff, like time warping things, like it's hard to say because like they range from like random topics. Like the
Is
first
this a rock
10
form or old building or?
So they're all different things. So like how that's the devil's deal and how that one was like something ignorance. Like there's like ones where it's like Civil War monument, like sentience. There's other ones that are
What
like
the fuck?
abdominal planet.
So what does SCP stand for?
Save, contain, protect, I think, right?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like a foundation.
Serve,
Serve.
contain, protect.
What should we click on here? Like,
Any of them really.
Yeah.
so what do you mean? Now, these are all different.
Yeah, they're like different like stories of like.
Hold on, scroll back down, John, real quick. How to use the SCP command to copy a file from remote to local? What the fuck is that?
I think that's some bullshit.
Okay, that's a different SCP then.
Yeah, go up. Go
Do
up.
the top
There's a-
22. Or that's an hour long, though.
Go up.
Yeah, dude.
The SCP explained that, yeah, he makes cool animations and stuff.
This one?
One above that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's probably the best. That's the one
That
that we
one?
watched to really
the
learn
top
about it.
15 most dangerous SCP monsters?
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
tell you like some SCPs, but there's like from 0 to 99999 plus some. So they have thousands and thousands of different types of stories where it's like the plague doctor's real. There's like a
Click
strain
that top
of
15
bacteria
one. No,
that
not that one.
eats your dick off. Like they're all
Yeah.
different and crazy.
Save up to 200.
Fucking belt.
Bell tire.
Gotta get some new shoes
Bell
on my
tire.
car.
That was pretty good.
It's damn close.
That was pretty damn close.
Terrors,
I might think that's you
portals,
now.
anomalies, all leading to places and planes beyond human imagining and understanding. An SCP-2317, otherwise known as a door to another world,
How much did they pay
certainly
you?
fits that description. Contained and kept at all times under the watch of armed guards, SCP-2317 appears to be a simple and unsuspecting wooden door in its frame. It hardly looks like it requires such extreme round-the-clock security, or needs a strange, secretive ritual that the Foundation performs, presumably to keep the door closed. But of course, sometimes the most interesting thing about a closed doorway isn't where it leads, it's what it keeps out. Even by the Foundation's already high standards, the requirements and regulations for personnel who are assigned to SCP-2317 seem oddly specific.
So
Psychological
they don't
testing
care
is
if they kill
standard
people
practice
testing.
to work for the Foundation.
So
But
what
an
is this
additional hurdle that anyone
23-7P
has to clear
talking
before
about?
even
One of
getting
them.
to glimpse
It's just
of
a
this
wooden door
unassuming
that has
wooden
like
door
a
is having a score
a
of at
Narnia
least
place
72
behind
on
Hold on,
the
pause it, John. What?
So it's like they're talking about right now is like a wooden door that they found that when you open it, it opens to another plane of reality where there's like
What?
beings living in there. Yeah,
Should I tell them
there's
the
tons of them.
IKEA one? Because
The IKEA one's pretty great.
Okay, so it's like SCP.
Is this all bullshit?
Yeah.
Some of it is bullshit.
But
Some of it could
some
be
of
real.
it is
Shit,
like,
what
if
the
you
fuck
believe
is-
in weird shit, you might be like,
Okay.
all right, I can actually see this.
Well, I need to
thing
know what we're talking about
existing."
here. If we're talking about like something that's like actually like
They're-
been documented stuff, or
They
like
they
if this is,
document it like it's real, and like some of them are really believable, but then other ones are really fucking out there. Like an abdominal planet, like a dude wakes up one day and he's got a full planet in his abdomen, but his guts are replaced. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Or a vending machine where you can type in any command to get whatever drink you want, and the dude types in like the best drink ever made, drinks it, and commits suicide like 3 days later because he
Nothing
knows
could
them.
ever be better.
There's tons of them.
Like, so it's like SCP 3200 and something.
Okay.
Right? And from reports, the SCP got reports saying that there was suspicious activity coming from an IKEA store in like Portland.
Okay.
So they sent their operatives out to investigate this IKEA. And what they found out is they sent in like 10 different operatives and sent them in different sections of the store, like spread them out.
Uh-huh.
And 5 of them never came back. They never left the store and were never found in the store. And they were able to make connection with them, and they learned that they had somehow got into this dimension that's infinite IKEA stores that go on for miles and miles and miles, and you never seem to find the end of this
Mhm.
IKEA store.
Holy shit.
And there's these guys with IKEA workers, but they have no like defined features. They just got nubs for hands, nubs for arms, and nubs for heads, and they're just like
so they're like
a
mannequins.
nubby
Yep.
person, mannequin. Yeah, exactly.
Just
Walking
a
around in
drone.
an IKEA shirt, and all of them are named like Jim or something.
Really?
And they're really cooperative during the day and like non-hostile and like want to help you. Like, oh, can I get you some furniture?
What the fuck, dude? I would be so creeped out.
And then they found out that this wasn't the only IKEA store abducting people. There was multiple IKEA stores all over the world that led to this one dimension of the permanent IKEA store. The infinite IKEA store, I guess, really.
And then in the end,
And at night, Jim would become extremely violent and try to kill you for being in the store.
So you'd have to be in your little like IKEA commune where you put together all kinds of like things to live in this little village of IKEA stuff.
Yeah.
And then you have to fight off the fucking employees at night. It's like, what
Because
the
they
fuck?
never leave
Yeah,
either.
and I guess the food would replenish every day. Like, you know, IKEA, you can get food there.
Oh, you
They go
can.
so in depth with all of it too.
Oh,
where
dude, it's
they,
so
they
crazy.
from tip to toe, like, all right, this is how they contain it. This is how this happened. This is what we do. Here's interviews from doctors and stuff. And it's like, I really want to believe this. Like, I really want to.
We're on our
Really?
like 5th episode of doing these, and we started from number 1. No,
So
we
you
skipped
died-
one.
we
We're
skipped
gonna do
number
one another time.
So are you like just like kind of like diagnosing the episode or
Yeah,
like,
we'll laugh at
of
it and be
the-
like, this is so unbelievable.
right?
Yeah.
Kind of like almost like a reaction to the episode.
Yep.
And like you
Yeah,
kind of
'cause
dive deeper.
when we read these, we don't read them ahead of time.
Yeah, we'll read the title and be like, that looks
Okay.
hilarious.
So you read them on the podcast.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a complete reaction to the entire like. We usually do like 3, 4, or 5 of them, depending how long the story is. Some of them have extreme detail.
Yeah, there'll be like 4
Like,
pages with
Plague
like
Doctor had, like,
interviews.
Fucking recordings people had made for this. Like, it was crazy. A whole story of a guy interviewing the Plague Doctor, and he was like,
He was making people as puppets.
"Oh, it's so great!" And I had like the craziest like character play in that episode.
Now, did you guys possibly like do any like research ads and to see if these are put out as podcasts, like how it is right here on YouTube?
There's a website where there's an archive of all of them that you can go and click through like 1 through like 3,000 of them and read them like that.
If you go to
But nothing in audio form is what I mean.
I haven't seen any. Like,
'Cause
I
that's
know
fucking
people
brilliant
have talked
idea,
about
dude.
it.
Because that's a brilliant idea. Like these kinds of things. If you
Mhm.
can only like, because YouTube sucks because you can't fucking close your phone. You have to have your phone on.
Yeah, like an audio medium, like how
Well,
podcasting is. Like,
yeah.
it's so nice to be able to not have to just read through all of it.
Yeah, and
I
you
mean-
can just listen to it like an audio book.
Mm.
yeah, since we started doing the SCP stuff, our like viewership had picked up, so we definitely gained some
Yeah.
people who were
And, like,
looking for something.
Shit, didn't
like
we
that.
stumble upon it? Like, we were going through
We
Reddit.
used it as an example when we did the Wendigo episode, and we totally forgot about them. And then one day we were trying to come up with a new like storyline for our podcast.
You might have to go
We
like,
were like, oh my gosh, what was
go
that?
like research it on
SCP?
Spotify and shit.
no, you could, but
Yeah.
you might have to like if it does pick up, you might have to go to like 2 episodes. You might have to like, or else that's all you're gonna be doing.
Yeah,
And then
it's
you-
hard not to
how-
want to read them either.
Yeah, right. And how do you like do what goes bump in the night when it's just SCP Foundation? I mean, you got so many of them
oh,
that you could do.
What we've
You know what I
done
mean?
with our
But
show,
you make it like a reactionary podcast, so it's not like you're just straight ripping plagiarism.
Yeah,
like,
no,
you're just gonna
we'll-
read their shit.
Like, if there's an author, like, we'll credit the author.
Oh,
and
yeah,
everything,
yeah.
like 100%.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It's just straight off of a
but
public
just
website.
reading it, yeah, so people can like listen to it because
Mm.
not everybody's got time to just sit there and read shit.
Yeah,
They want
that's
it
a-
just
that's
told
the
to you.
exact point to it. Like,
Yeah, that's what we had the idea of.
So you just make a
shit.
spin-off of your, you do another episode, like it's like a bonus episode every week.
Yeah, or like, here's our Patreon. Like, you want us to just like read you these?
because that's stuff that you could just fucking pre-record.
oh, easily
bunch of 'em.
Yeah, like one day, just sit down, read like 50 of them, and it's you got
Holy
tons of
shit,
it.
50. Yeah, you could do 50, but it depends on how long you want the episode to be.
Yeah,
How long have you been averaging these episodes for the ones you've been
45 an hour.
45 minutes.
Yeah, so you're not going to do 50.
No,
So-
not in one day. We'd split that up between episodes for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what we do with our podcast too is like we like to, we'll do spurts of the same content just to see how it does.
Yeah.
Little feelers.
Little
Yeah.
feelers. We'll do like 5 or 6 episodes and call it like a mini. They're like mini series.
You're like
basically.
Black
Right.
Vault
And then
Files, SCP Files.
We might mix it in like with an investigation episode where a lot of times before we go on an investigation, if it's somewhere new, we'll do a pre-episode,
Okay.
which is all of the history of the
History.
place. That way we don't have to talk about it when we're at the investigation, because I feel like every paranormal investigator does that. I'd rather
Really
be like, hey,
drones
you already
on.
watched an episode or listened to us talk about
Yeah, or
this
click here
spot.
to listen
now
to the
let's
history.
let's just be there, right?
Right.
And use what we know from the history to feed our investigation.
Yeah, that was kind of my philosophy with my Urbex episodes that I
Yeah.
put out. Is like, I'll put some history in maybe with some text, but it's like you just want to see the fucking
Yeah, you
building.
didn't
just
come
want to
here
see
for the
the cool
history.
shit. History is cool. Like,
Mhm.
like, don't get me wrong. I'll watch those too where they include the history. But for
Yep.
me, I was just like, I just want to make something that's just right to the point.
Exactly.
Cool cut scenes.
I think
Cool
it's
this.
best to keep
You
like
know.
the history all together in one episode. That way, for the people who really want the history, they
Like,
can
there it
really
is.
indulge into it.
Right.
So then, when they watch the investigation, they can be like, "Oh my gosh!" Like maybe they should have asked this question because of what happened here and
Right.
here. Like they didn't ask that, so they have to go back and ask that question now. But unfortunately, yet we're not getting that kind of interaction from our listeners.
Yeah.
We keep
Right.
begging for it. Hopefully, our prayers will be answered soon.
People are the silent type.
Yeah.
'Cause
So,
we
do you
really
fucking-
want to do a
What?
like view listener special. Like I've been trying this for like 2 years. The listener
What?
special to where it's literally a creepypasta one of our listeners wrote and we read it for them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I want that so bad.
But you haven't gotten any bites yet.
Nope.
Not
I mean, my fiance
hard.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
she-
fucking
she did
dude.
at
But
least
social
did that.
media is fucking so hard, dude. Like, you know, I'll fucking see your guys' posts too, and then I'll try to like them when I can and everything too. But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, but it's still like
It's barely enough.
It looks like mine though too. Sometimes where it's like, fuck, they haven't got nothing.
Yeah, like it's
been
not
like an
drowning
hour
up
and
anything.
There's nothing. You got listeners.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the crazy part. That is
Listeners
more
don't
than
lie.
even
Like
before.
the
Don't.
stats don't lie. You know what I mean? Once
No.
you get the stats
Yeah.
in from your listeners,
We're on pace
But
to
it's
have
like-
our best month ever right now.
but it's like the social media part of it though is just like, fuck, man.
Do I even want to continue doing the media part or not?
Because it's like, yeah, it's should I just talk on
I
the
think
microphone and
people
release
get
it? Fuck
annoyed
it.
of me because I'm always promoting something.
Yeah, and I have,
it
like,
could be
no
my
hand in it.
hockey or it'll be the podcast or promoting something else. Like,
Yeah,
and I don't know. I just love doing that shit.
but that's
I want people
but that's what it
to
should
know
be.
there's something to do.
But that's what the media should be about.
Mhm.
It's not like, you know, I don't want to fucking hear about how you had spaghetti for dinner tonight.
100%.
and, you know, the husband took care of the kids all day. It's been
Here's
such a
the
great,
tea.
you know, like, no, I want to like see what you're doing. Like, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Like, what's your hobby? You
Yeah,
know,
like, what are you proud of right now?
Yeah.
Can I
Oh, you
support
made.
you anyway,
yeah.
maybe?
Oh, you made
Like,
like
I
a
don't know.
fucking cool ass fucking bench today because you're a woodworker. Like that's
badass.
that's fucking awesome. You work on cars and you made some progress on your car. Like, oh, awesome, dude. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
You play hockey. Like, that's what I want to see.
Mhm.
I don't want to see how you're fucking at the gas pump and like the
Gas
fuck-
prices are so high.
Yeah, it's like,
Come
yeah,
on, I
they
don't know.
fucking
Let's be honest.
We all
they
see
are.
this.
But we all see this every fucking day. It's like just post like what you're doing, right?
Yeah,
you know,
I
you're in a
agree
band.
100%.
You're in a band. Like my album's dropping soon. Okay, that's what I want to see.
Right. I want to see. People, I want to see people doing their hobbies. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to know the day. Like yeah, and there's times for it. You know, you're going through something where like you got death in the family. Like
Yeah,
I don't
like,
want to
hey.
see that, but that's
Yeah.
something that you might
I
put
think
out
it's-
there because
I
it's a
think
major event.
It's good to be emotional online sometimes. To
Yeah.
show, like you're human. Like,
Yeah.
Because I think people can forget that we're all
Right.
just humans.
But if you want to do day to day, I guess go to fucking Twitter because that's like
Yeah, it's
update.
100% what it is.
That's
you know,
what
Twitter,
was
you
for
know.
that, yeah.
Yeah, like Facebook. I thought it was just
We just
what
got
you're
a
doing
Twitter,
with
by
your
the
life.
way.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
I
started
have
doing it.
one. I have it set to auto post there, but I don't do fuck all with it. Like
Right.
I have like no followers, I think, because I don't go on there. But it auto posts to it. You know,
Yeah, I'm
like
following
just-
thousands of people, but like 10 people followed me back, and I was like,
Our Twitter's
Oh,
doing
you
pretty
see
good.
it.
We actually, I'm working on a couple other like.
you can try the
connects out there.
truth social.
I have no idea what that is.
Trump's
Oh.
Trump's media. Dude, a guy that at work he said that he got on Truth Social and he's already gotten like over like 1,000 followers, and he's just like he doesn't fucking like do anything. Like he doesn't. He doesn't have like a special hobby. He just like shares like
Just shit posts.
yeah, like shares stuff, and like he's got like these
Bro,
followers. I'm like, should I get on that shit?
Is it that lucrative?
My dad has a TikTok and he has like 100,000 views on all of his videos.
How the
fuck out of here.
Well, he's doing that fucking cool ass shit though, right? That
No, he's just talking about the government.
really?
Yeah.
he just
Are you
shit
serious?
talks. Yeah.
Politics.
That's
Just
insane.
spouting
Have
off
you ever
for
told
10
him like
seconds.
shout out your podcast?
Yeah, I don't think he wants to change what he's got going on.
He's like, this is working.
Like,
Like,
just at the end,
sit
be
over
like
there.
and watch you know what goes on. I don't know. Well, do you probably not want to be supported by his views?
Some of his views are pretty radical.
Like, never mind, Dad. Never
We'll
mind,
keep it in the space it's in.
dude. But hundreds of thousands, really.
Yeah,
and
I
he's got a
totally know
website
that.
that
He's
gets like
gotten paid?
millions of clicks every day.
Fucking what the
Millions of clicks.
We
So
can
he's
learn
getting
from
paid.
him.
I don't even know what the website is. I refuse to know.
hell? Used to know.
I don't want to know.
Holy shit! You really don't.
I'm
can't
supposed to
pull
be
it up?
getting an ad on his page though
Really?
for the podcast. Yeah.
Is he making you pay for it?
No.
Okay.
He better not. Holy shit! I mean, he supports us, so it's like.
I mean, I
don't
said
see
if
how
it,
not.
if it generated revenue, then I would
We'll give you a cutback,
help
like
him out.
0.5%.
Yeah, but like, I mean, that's
Merch
still
sales are
100,000.
tough.
I mean, I don't, you're not making like millions of dollars off TikTok, but you're still making some money with hundreds of thousands of views.
Yeah, it's actually wild that they pay you for people to watch your stuff. Like, I mean, like, I completely understand, but it's like, when did we get to this? Like, I remember literally, like, you have to go rent a movie or buy a movie in order for the people that did the movie to get paid. Now you
Right.
can literally just pick your phone up and make money.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you just 15 seconds, you know, you like just record a bunch. Like a lot of them, I like just record a bunch in one day.
I know one person who's like Instagram famous, and that's all he does is post on Instagram. And he gets paid like thousands of dollars to
Yeah.
post.
Insane.
He gets paid per post.
You pay me $2-3 grand a month off Instagram, I could just do that for a living.
Shit, and I'm like begging for like, hey, we'll like put your advertisement up here for like $30 a month. like you'll help pay for the subscriptions we need to put this out.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it hard? Isn't it so hard to like try to price yourself too?
Oh yeah, it 100%.
It's so brutal.
We talked
I
about
don't
that.
even know how to like try to talk to companies about a sponsorship because I've been trying to figure out what
Right.
cost would
Like,
be.
what does a view equal in dollar signs at that point? Like, I don't know.
'Cause
You
we
have
had
to
a-
val-
We had a
you have to-
sponsor and it didn't go anywhere with us. It like we had.
It wasn't a paid sponsor.
Oh,
It was,
would have
but
been. It would have been insanely lucrative if people would have.
Been
Started
listening
using
then.
his stuff too.
Oh,
It-
you
it-
yeah.
He was like it was Mitten Marketing Productions, and he was like a social networking consultant,
Okay.
and it was gonna be like a shit ton of money. So yeah, sorry. It was gonna be a shit ton of money
Yes,
per,
once
like,
again.
for every sale that we brought to him. So we just didn't get one.
Not one person to go to him.
Let's just say if we could have made 100 sales for him,
But when was
we would
this?
have been making six figures.
A year ago, probably about now.
Yeah.
Right, but your downloads are better now too. So I mean, like, could it? You know,
It
it's
could have
just-
been drowning people out, and like I don't like that.
Yeah. He
But
was
who
paying
knows?
us very well too. So
Well, no, I'm not just not the ad. I don't think the ad was affecting your downloads. Just you're getting more downloads now. So I
Yeah, so
mean,
now it's like we're reaching more people. Like
Yeah,
somebody
it
might
could have
need
been.
this.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
could've-
It's just
yeah.
maybe it's just too early or
it
whatever.
could have been too
Right.
early. Yeah, exactly. But
To try a subscription where it's like based on, you know, I got to get people to buy shit. To where maybe it's, you know, I've been trying to focus more on like just trying to advertise.
Right.
You know, like would you like your product like advertised on the podcast?
Yeah,
that-
like I don't need stipulation yet.
you know, yeah,
Not
many
yet.
people see it, you know, here's your downloads because you can send all the statistics and stuff.
Mm.
You know, and then is it worth it to you? You know, just for more eyes on your.
That's
Yeah,
probably
shit.
better than demanding money right away.
Right.
And I mean, when
Well,
we
no,
were- when I-
you would try to get some money for that too.
Yeah.
You know, because it's
when
going to
I
be on
worked
your
with him,
podcast.
I showed him our viewership and like where we were.
Yeah.
And he thought what he was paying us was fair.
Right.
And then he actually started paying us more because he likes the podcast. too,
Right.
and he wanted to help support us on top of it.
Yeah.
Plus, he was a good friend of mine as well. So
Right, but yeah, you still definitely want to try to get some money for out of that deal because you're still gonna make like probably like a 15-second ad or something. You're gonna play it within the first 5 minutes of the podcast, so that way you get maximum viewership
Yep.
for your ad, and then you might maybe have a couple graphics that pop up if you're doing video or
Right.
whatever you're
Yeah.
doing with
and
audio.
we tried a couple different placement
Yeah.
spots for him too.
Yeah, to see if
like-
people
yeah.
would like it. in
You
the
definitely
middle
want
of
to
the
stick it
ad.
within like the first 5 minutes, especially if they're
Yeah.
going to pay you some money for the ad. Stick it in there and just get it in out of the way. Boom, right back to it. and that way more people will hear it because you know
Yeah.
viewership too will.
Yeah, it'll decline at the end where it's
Yeah,
like
oh,
you
yeah.
get halfway and then people just start dropping like flies.
Yeah, I've had some too where it was like the last 20 some minutes was just flatlined. I'm
Yeah,
like,
just-
damn, you never heard that fucking good joke.
Such a zinger. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you
how
know.
I feel with some of our episodes where we have skits and it like declines right before we did a skit. or
Oh,
something. We're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
you
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
even make it to the skit.
I did a voice.
Yeah, yeah, it's fucking tough call. Like
we-
fuck.
We have
That's where you
every-
just go like you're like fuck it. Like I'll do that with like a YouTube. So if I release 2 YouTube clips, if it's like the clip with the lowest views in like a week or something, I'll just maybe put that one out like directly to Facebook. All right, well, let's just try to boost this one on Facebook.
Yeah, like
You
get
know,
some views.
Yeah, so if something like that, you don't think anybody's seen it, then you can make an audio clip of that and then share that.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, now people are at least going to hear it.
Yeah,
Maybe
like-
they'll go back and listen to it.
Yeah, maybe they'll like that part and they'll have to wait for it.
Right. So what the fuck? So do you guys believe in Bigfoot though?
100%.
100%.
100%.
100% on Bigfoot.
Actually, I don't know.
Now we're
100%.
teeter-tottering.
We're teetering and we're
Yeah.
tottering.
Because of what we were saying earlier, like the perception of the mind. It could be a animal and it could be a being of some sort.
It's a bipedal hairy man walking around. What you talking about?
Bipedal hairy man. I mean, you got to think like it's just all the sightings you see are like where people like could be, but I always think of like all of the areas of places that we haven't been
Yeah.
or
People
haven't
say
even
they
like
see them in
discovered.
Michigan.
I know.
I've been
That's what I
hunting for
mean. I'm
years and
like,
I've never seen a Bigfoot.
yeah, but there's lots of people that have been hunting for years and never seen a fucking Bigfoot.
I mean,
Tons of people
tons.
have
There's
never
We've all
lot of
seen the
people in the
videos
woods.
too, right? Of like the video
Videos-
captures of the people like running across like the hills and stuff, and then they do like the imposing of like how tall it would be, and it's like 8 feet, and it's like, how hard would that be to be fake, and how real do you want to take that at face value? And then you get people that say, I've seen one and this and that. It's like, well, how do you judge if they're being truthful or not, and judge their character off of one story? But
Right.
at the same time, it's like, it would make 100% truth that there's an animal that we can't necessarily say that we see very often, because like there's tons of species on this earth that we see one time every month, 2 months, years, like that could be just like critically endangered that you just don't see very often. Like wolverines, you don't see them in the wild very often.
No, you don't. You don't really.
So like, is it like that?
But the Michigan Wolverine.
But
There's no longer a thing. There was Wolverines
Yeah,
here.
no, there's not.
yeah, so like that's where it makes the most sense to me, is it's an animal that is like, it's dwindled in population from a certain time to the point to where you might just not run into it for years, and then when you
Right.
do, you're like, that's different. Like, fuck is that?
Then
Yeah.
Why do we see them? You'd think are they like a nomadic, like
I'd say they're highly intelligent, so it'd be pretty easy if you're like, if you said like an elephant remembers everything it's ever seen. Well, that's a fucking elephant.
Yeah.
And then you say like dolphins can like learn commands and do all this shit and like go do bomb stuff like for the Navy. Well, what happens when you have a primate like animal that has a developed brain as developed as ours? Like, it could do everything we do, use tools, hide, like
right.
like camouflage itself, because we have all that.
Right. So what about like, do you think you hear like the more common sightings wouldn't be, I guess they're not sightings, but like hearing a Sasquatch? Yeah. Is that what you think they say? That's what they say they sound like?
It's
Hold on,
it's
John,
hard to
bring
say
up the
no.
bring up the internet over here. I'm gonna bring up
that
that
sounds like a hawk.
fucking
Hootie hoo.
let me know when you got it.
See, I can't say I've ever really heard anything
Alright.
weird in the woods.
Have you ever
But that's
seen this
just me.
video here?
Squatch calls.
Squatch calls? Fuck these damn ads.
So many more than before.
All right.
I gotta become a legend.
Turn it up.
What that is? Scary.
That's what I imagine.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of animal sounds like that?
The fuck is that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just be like, well, that there is a badger.
Yeah.
Like, no.
But isn't that what people try to say? Like it's like sounds like somebody being murdered or like a woman being murdered.
Oh, yeah, that sounds
and
like
shit.
straight brutal shit.
Yeah.
And then you wonder, like, did they come across another one in the
I
woods
think
or in a territory?
bobcat sounds like a dying
Koala
woman
bears.
when they scream.
Yeah. Yep. They got that like weird.
I've heard that before.
Have you ever heard 2 koala bears fighting?
No.
It sounds fucking terrifying. They have like this like low like guttural.
Look it up, John.
You have to. It's amazing.
2 koala bears fighting.
Yeah, the sounds they make are like these can make that.
They're actually a kind of mean animal.
Yeah.
Those big
Yeah, I
claws.
have
I
heard
watched
that
the
too. They're not
second
so
one.
cuddly.
The second one is the best because that's the one that I used to watch.
I used to watch this all the time, guys.
I brought it up in high school a lot.
You
I
see
was
that
like,
Guys aren't that
7.4
way.
million?
I read-
That's me.
I saw a sign. They just push each other until one gives up. Look how slow he's attacking.
lower.
Yeah, why can't you turn this down on this? It's weird. Says,
It's just to mute.
yeah.
You have to hear this.
It's a weird sound.
Do they start fighting?
Yeah, and then you can hear him go like, whoa.
Oh
This is
no.
the most boring fight I've ever seen. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, the fight is running. Oh god. Goodness.
Jeez.
God. Serious.
Oh my god.
You tell me those are koala bears.
What the fuck?
I found that in high school.
Holy shit. That was insane.
Don't they sound like little demons?
Yeah.
They do sound like little demons.
I think I'm gonna start a band and just have a koala bear be my fucking death metal vocalist. Just
I was surprised.
Holy
to say
shit.
the least when I heard
yeah,
that.
as soon as that started, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, they sound cool.
Oh,
also
play
it's like,
this one, John.
"Ooh."
Violent koala interaction. Let's see this.
We're just
That
stuck in a
motherfucker
YouTube
looks
hole.
pissed.
It looks so cuddly though.
He looks pissed. I don't know why, but he's pissed about something.
You just would never think they sound like that though. Not at
No.
all.
Dude, that was intense.
That's what I'm
As soon as it started-
saying.
as soon as it started, I was like, oh.
It's just so guttural.
Sounds
If I
like a
heard
tiger.
that though, I would be like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is that? Turns out it's a drop bear.
Jeez. Oh. Jeez. They're just nipping at each other and like hugging each other. Oh, he said, fuck it, I'm done.
I just can't get over that.
Yeah, that-
sound. Like if I heard that though in the wilderness when I was just out in the bush or whatever and just like, cool, I'm just walking along.
Out in the bush. Out in the bush there.
I was just like, oh fuck. Like
Yeah.
something bad. And then you look up and it's just a little fucking koala bear. Like what?
So, I mean, I guess there is shit, you know, you hear like when we were camping one time and out in Minnesota and it ended up being, well, there's this weird sound like this kept going off and I'm like, what the fuck is this sound? It ended up being a loon.
Really?
Have you ever heard a loon?
I don't think
Like
I've
they-
actually heard one.
They almost All right, look it up, John. YouTube hole.
We're doing
VR.
a straight up animal hole.
All right, yes. No, we're not. Take that back. We're not doing any animal holes.
That's true.
You don't got it on there? You don't-
We don't
Wow,
do
that's a
any
loon?
animal holes. No. Yeah, a loon sound. Yeah.
I've heard those like, I couldn't make it.
An
but
8-hour loon call?
Wow.
Why?
I know what a loon sounds like, but I don't.
Yeah.
Sounds. It's kind of soothing, like it said.
Yeah.
Sort of
But it was
like-
creepy at first. Like, I didn't know what the fuck it was.
I don't even want to attempt to try to. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds
On
like a
many
straight up a
occasions, I've been
movie.
camping in the Adirondacks, and one of my
Fuck you,
favorite.
Greg Budney.
On many occasions, I've been camping in the
But that was pretty
Adirondacks.
much what it was. That first one, I'm like, what the fuck is that sound? Is that like, that doesn't sound like an owl.
Somebody fucking with me?
Yeah, right. What's this? Oh, loon call, whale. And it almost sounds coyote-ish at
A
first.
little bit, yeah.
Because at first heard it, I was like, what the fuck was that?
Are we about to get up out of here?
So we about to get up out of here. We hiking out of here at night.
And it's
What's
just
going
a
on?
duck.
Yeah.
It's a duck.
It's dark out of here. I didn't sign up for coyotes on my camping trip.
Speaking of ducks, our light up duck was still at Mouse Cemetery.
Makes me happy. On
They
the
left
on the
it there.
offering table.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Actually, someone left another duck.
Really? You still got to see if your duck's still at the other place.
The
though, too.
Eloise?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
we
tried asking
kinda
a
got
couple people.
confirmation it was, but I don't
We
know.
did not too long ago after we had went. I had messaged like in the group that had just went and asked them if anyone had seen it or if
Oh,
they
yeah.
tried to use it.
Well, fuck. Now they're trying to turn it into a hotel.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
what I heard recently. Is
Have
like
people stay there
It's
overnight
calling
and shit?
us, bro. My
Ooh.
buddy
I mean,
just-
that's all right,
A
dude.
friend
Fuck
of mine
it.
just drove past it yesterday and took a video and sent it to me.
that's awesome.
They could renovate just a couple floors.
Oh yeah, easily.
But they're gonna go all out. They're gonna turn the whole
Oh
thing
yeah,
into
and that
Wearing-
place was
Wow,
pretty
there
decrepit.
You go. There you go. Yeah. So
I feel like it's calling us back.
is it?
I'll break in.
Yeah. Back when there was more buildings, that would have been fun, right?
Yeah, when there's a whole compound and now it's the only one left, and there's like a Circle K right there, and it's like, what the fuck is this?
That's why I was so. That's the only disappointing part about when I got to go to see Northville was I didn't get
Yeah.
to see the high rise that was there.
Hmm.
That would have had more of the shit in it, but whatever. They were
Hey,
still.
bees.
Everybody said there was nothing left, and I'm like, bullshit. There is tons of buildings out here to
Yeah.
go see,
Well, that's
including
where-
like the theater and the gym and shit.
Yeah, well, Eloise did the same thing to us. They were like, there's catacombs underneath Eloise that are just tunnels that, were supposed to lead from the compound around to other parts of the compound. And they just didn't, they had it like completely quarantined off for that. You can't go down there. It's
Oh,
like,
really?
But that's where some of the fun shit is.
That's where I want to go.
Like, come on, man. Like, that's
Come
where
on,
all
it's
the
already
Wow.
cold as hell in this building.
Well, it's
Let's
like,
go
I'm
Yeah.
sure
deeper.
they took some of the patients like out of that sanatorium and brought them down into that hallway and beat them. Like, that's just how it was back then. Like, if you were any type of like, had like a mental handicap or anything like that, they didn't give two shits about you.
Right. No, they didn't do. They just try to cure you. Like they tried to cure the gay away. So I mean, like
They would
anything.
literally stick an ice pick up your nose.
Yeah,
and
anything,
remove
yeah.
part of your brain.
It's fucking. And
They did that
You know,
at
like
Eloise, too.
you weren't like probably completely out or anything for that shit. You know, like
And you're just
the
like,
anesthesia then.
No,
Yeah,
I think
but
even they needed to see how your brain would react to make sure they did it right.
Yeah.
They needed you to be fully aware and vulnerable as it happened.
Well, the funny part about that is too is like MK Ultra, the whole government thing where they tested LSD on people and did
Yeah.
a bunch of other things.
Like
They
with
would-
Manson and stuff.
Yeah, they would lobotomize people and then give them LSD, and it's like, what are they?
That's so
like what?
What was the
even-
objective
Yeah, like,
here?
they're already like cut off from half of their brain. Like, what are you trying to do to them?
Yeah, control them almost.
Yeah, like like all that MK Ultra stuff too was fucking wild. Where they just had like vats on vats and vats of acid that it was stronger than anything you can get nowadays. It's
Yeah.
like what?
And this dude creates a cult and fucking kills a bunch of people.
Or like I saw like a thing where they would take people out into the woods and then put up 3 walls and then have like a red button that says don't press with a timer and shit, give them all LSD and then give one person fake LSD. So they were like, does he act like he's tripping or is he not tripping? And then he would act like all the rest of them because he was like, what do you call it? The placebo effect. And it's like, that's fucking weird.
Like, but was he actually seeing stuff?
That's yeah, and then when they did the reports afterwards, he was actually tripping too, but he was full placebo effect where he thought he had been given the dose of LSD because he had been dosed before. So it's like, what in the fuck are they doing to these people?
Wow.
The whole placebo effect thing's just crazy.
It is. That's
I mean, I feel like I couldn't be susceptible to it, but I don't know. Never done.
I mean, put me
placebo
in a room full of drunk people and I'm drinking water. I'll still probably end up getting like a little bit loose, but not like actually feel it. But I'll start acting different, like I am drunk. Like that's happened to me before, where I was like, wow, I don't normally act this crazy.
right. Yeah, you can talk yourself into certain states of mind.
Oh, easily.
But to like try to go as far as like you weren't dosed at all.
Mm.
You have no LSD, but you're tripping.
Yeah, and you're hallucinating certain things, and
Sounds
you're like getting the
freaking awesome.
paranoia.
Right. Yeah. Great. And
You
I
don't have to
believe
deal
you
with the
can.
combo.
acid and I trip
You know,
balls.
if you like get like deeply invested in yoga and you like can nail that mind and body thing, like
Yeah, put
you
yourself in a
can
trance.
like you can
I've done
like,
a
do
awake
shit.
lucid dream once, like where I meditated myself into a lucid dream.
Okay.
Just once. And I've never been able to recreate it ever. I've tried.
You didn't try astral traveling that time.
Sometimes
actually
I think that
did
might
because
be
I was
real.
reading a bunch
No,
of
yeah, I
stuff on
think
it
that's
at the time,
definitely real.
and that's what a lot of people said is to
The
try,
lucid
like,
dream is-
fly to space.
Yeah.
And I made it like to where a point where I had stood up out of the chair, turned around, and seen myself in the chair, and was like, I only have like a little bit of time to make this happen. Like mentally was thinking this, but
Yeah.
my thoughts were as I was standing up, not the thoughts coming from me laying on the chair. Sorry,
Right,
I was
yeah.
recreating it,
Yeah.
and I just looked out the window and just flew,
That's
and then
so
everything
wild.
went white, and I woke back up.
Damn.
Well, I mean, you could do that too with sensory deprivation too. Like they say, if you get
Yeah.
into a super like completely pitch dark room, lay in like a bathtub of water, and then submerge like just over your ears, and then put something over your eyes, and then just sit in silence, you'll end up like either like astral traveling, like how you said lucid dreaming. Like it'll be like certain situations like that where you're pretty much hallucinating things, or like what do they call it, remote viewing. Like I believe
Yeah.
that's real. Like I think that's totally possible because like I don't know, we only use like 5% of our brains, so it's like what if we have that capability, and once we get into that mindset of doing it and we can do it, like
Right.
I mean it's
Imagine
a possibility.
the possibilities.
Well, imagine if I could have continued to recreate that experience and got better at
Yeah.
doing the lucid dream and using my brain to construct and
And
alter
how-
reality.
and how
Go
you
home and do
shot and how you shot out the window so fast. Imagine like how fast you could get somewhere else and witness what is happening while you're still sitting on the couch.
Or I've even heard of
Right,
accounts of people
exactly.
that do that remote viewing, and they'll be in a room, they'll like be in a complete different country, and then like they'll end up like the people that back home that they live with or something, like say like you're like imagining your bedroom, and
Yeah.
then they'll see them walk into their bedroom, like but they're in a different country, and the next thing you know they're like, well, he's gone, I can't explain it, and then oh well, I was having a dream of being back, like going to lay down in my own bed. It's like, huh, well, how true is that statement? But also, like, why would you make up seeing somebody that's not there and then them have the same account of something like that in their dream and it being real? And it's like, if you focus on it hard enough, I don't think that's not impossible.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
if
no.
when we're sleeping and a dream starts, what if we're actually like traveling to some other dimension, or
Ooh,
like
Ooh.
that would
we're
be fucking
actually
cool.
there? Like
Yeah.
the reason you die in your dream is because you died in that dimension.
Well, fucking nightmare then.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no
like what if
shit.
what if that was like the actual answer?
What, when you die, you go somewhere else to another dimension?
Yeah, so
In,
like,
like, a
what-
dreamlike
every time you
state.
sleep, you wake up in that other dimension that you're in because your body like
Welcome to the multiverse.
So
Yeah,
why
yeah,
the
yeah,
ghosts
something
then?
like that.
So why the ghosts?
because
Maybe this simulate.
They're
well, not-
trapped in
they're-
this
or
dimension.
they're overlapping,
Oh.
where it's like our dimension overlaps with that one, and they're like, you get like the phantoms, like images of what that would be. I mean it's a possibility. Like it's a hard concept to
So like they're
really
ghosts in both dimensions.
think. Yeah, and then the dimensions overlap, or like you
But
say,
then
like
they
you're dreaming
eventually
of this.
can get there somehow.
Yeah,
right?
I would think so. Or like if you know, then you go to your eternal sleep. Like what if it's just you jumping from dimension to dimension, and then what we see is those other dimensions like pocketing into ours just like randomly, where we see the
Right.
spirits or something like that. And
Well,
it's
what
like,
about the? Well, then you got the ones that communicate.
they're trapped permanently. Maybe.
I don't know.
or I guess like the way that I would consider that is like you retain what you know from your previous life, but you're jumping from those pocket dimensions. So like,
I don't think you
maybe.
I don't think it would be like you die and bloop, you're over here. I think you would die, and then your spirit or whatever, your energy goes somewhere else. You kind of have like a review.
Yeah, you go in front of
You
the
have-
board.
Yeah, you
checking
kind
stuff
of well,
off.
you kind of have like a life review. You look over what lessons you learned, what lessons you didn't learn, what you need to go back to,
how
in
much weight and poop I had.
in your next life. Yeah, yeah. You know, get crazy with it, but you know, you kind of go through that, and then you go back to another life.
Yeah, I think
makes
last
sense.
time we talked about like fears being from past life. I think.
Right.
Or birthmarks
know.
being reincarnation scars from your previous life where you were injured or what happened to you. Because I
Yeah.
mean, I hear a lot of that stuff. Where people seem to believe that more frequently than a lot of other things.
Yeah, birthmarks and stuff being scars from.
Yeah, it's like I got stabbed 3 times right here, here, and here.
Yep. That's how you died, yeah, in your last life. Could have been from that spot. So like people that have like a birthmark on the back of their head could have been blunt trauma.
They get a hammer straight to the back of the
Yeah.
cranium.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah,
it could
let's-
be.
let's be
And then
honest,
they might
if
be
you-
really
if you
scared to
think
walk
about-
alone.
A lot of people, if we're reincarnations over ourselves for years after years after years, there was a very, very dark time in American, not just American
Yeah.
history, but all of history. Like the Romans, they were not good people. They killed.
Right.
They were in countless wars. They were in war the entire time of their existence.
Genghis Khan, you know,
And
Yeah.
those,
he killed.
I mean, our wars are
Hundreds of
pretty
thousands,
damn
yeah.
violent, but theirs were like brutal violence. Like everything was man on man,
Yeah.
sword on sword. You know, you
The
were chopping someone's head off.
The gladiator ring, you know, Colosseum shit.
Put 2
you know.
people into a fucking ring and be like, to the death.
to the death.
For,
Yeah.
for others' enjoyment.
Yeah, just people to cheer. Yeah. It was their MMA, you know.
Got
like-
him.
Yeah, we just choke them out now, or like beat them till like knocked out.
Now you got dudes that's sitting there with beers in his hand going, twist his dick.
Twist his dick. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, what would you call the townspeople that are always drunk? What are those always called? They're called something like that in those towns.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about.
I do know what
I
you're
know what
talking
you're
about.
talking about, but it's
I can't remember
escaping
what
my
they're
brain.
called. Damn it.
Oh, God, it's going to bother me. I'll come up with it later.
Yeah. It's not Jester. That's like a
No. I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
This is going to bother me.
drunkards. It's not that. It's something.
Stooges? No.
No.
That's not it.
No,
I can't think
it's
of
not
it.
Stooges. Yeah.
Collective.
Collective.
Brain shut down.
You can see the sparks and smoke
Shut
coming.
down. I was like, damn it. So yeah. I wanted to bring up on the Bigfoot thing too. One more thing on the bring us up the internet over here again, John. Send another
Give me
page
the
over.
interweb.
Give me that motherfucking webpage. All right. This was too funny not to share. I'm sure you guys have seen the show Finding Bigfoot.
Yeah, 100%
Oh, yeah.
have seen it. They're so
This
so
how to
serious.
sound like Bigfoot, dude, is beyond funny. I don't know if I'm gonna get copyright for this, but we're gonna watch
have
it.
similar vocalizations, alerts, calls, mating calls. I mean, it'll run the gamut, but I would
Mating
anticipate
calls.
that they're very
Yeah,
similar
bro.
to those
How
types
else
of
do you get
sounds.
poontang?
One of the more common vocalizations is often described as a high-pitched scream, like a woman being murdered in the woods. Sometimes they're long and drawn out. Sometimes they're short, like this. Other times you hear the long, sort of mournful howls, often described as the Ohio howl, because Matt recorded that for the first time back in Ohio in 1985.
Like that.
How do
I've
they
also
keep
had
it
this watch
straight,
country,
man?
like,
I
when
know.
like, you know, making a bunch of noise and this and that country, and do like the like that kind of growly kind of thing, like that.
That's what he sounds like in a sack.
Hypothesis that sounds what might be a language or some sort of early proto-language or something. They sound much like very large men grumbling back and forth to each other. Some people say it sounds like a samurai chatter or something, and actually that's what that vocalization is now named. Like,
they sound better than that. The Squatches do.
They
I
sound
think
better
knocks
than
are
that.
definitely them locating each other. It's just how they keep head count where they are. And I've also been how many people there are with us walking around. How many knocks corresponds to how many people there are. Not always, but that has happened.
Another interesting vocalization or sound that Sasquatches make, especially when up close, are whistles. These have actually been recorded on a number of occasions. I've actually recorded whistling by Sasquatches myself. These whistles are really interesting because whistling behavior is something that's been reported for thousands of years amongst the Native Americans of the Pacific Northwest. In fact, one of the incarnations, I guess if you want to call it, of Sasquatches in Native American mythology is called Zinakwa. She's the wild woman of the woods, and she's often depicted on totem poles with a puckered mouth because she whistles at night. This large, hairy giantess of the woods that are supposedly comes out and steals your children if they've been bad in a boogeyman sort of way, is
so
always depicted
serious.
as whistling.
I know.
And sure enough, Sasquatches whistle too.
Now the guys, they have their vocalizations that they believe sound like a Sasquatch.
Oh, here we go.
Well, I don't believe in Sasquatch, but at the same time, I don't want to be inflammatory.
What are you
So
looking for?
if I'm not looking for a
Inflammatory.
Sasquatch, I think I want to try to call out to one, be a little bit of a yoo-hoo. Hello, Mr. Sasquatch, come find me. It became my yodel, which of course is just a little bit of a It hasn't worked yet.
And I want to know how she made it onto that show.
This is the skeptic one. Gotta have the skeptic one. Yep.
Cause you.
Wonder what the auditions for that show were like.
Oh fuck.
Oh, yeah. I would.
I don't believe any of them are in, like, actual scientists.
No.
They're pseudoscientists. What are you talking about?
Especially that one dude. Like, kind of like that. Kind of like that.
I couldn't
Yeah.
keep a straight face.
No,
There's no
dude.
way. Even if I was being serious, no.
Kind of like that.
Probably sounds like that. Too. Exactly like
We'll
that.
need another take.
Yeah, another take. Okay. Yeah. Hold on a second. Yeah. Hold on a second.
How many
go.
umps do you need?
How many
Yeah,
take?
I wouldn't even know how to go look for Bigfoot. Just go out in the woods and start screaming.
Yeah, but once he starts getting to the knocks, he's like, oh, how many knocks is how many are in the area? I'm like, if you haven't seen one yet, these things are fucking huge.
As they're taking their wood stampers and putting their feet in the ground, they're like, "We're gonna get a good cast out of that one, boys."
Yeah, like I don't know, like it just seems like
I'll take like a home backwoods Southerners, like I saw something really weird over like we were out in the woods hunting Bigfoot, and then all of a sudden I saw this, and then I found a foot cast. It's like
yeah,
like
yeah.
what's the
I got
likelihood of
multiple whistles
that?
recorded.
Bullshit. You guys had somebody behind the camera.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, those like once you get on like cable TV and shit.
Yeah, like those are sellouts in my book.
You know, I mean, Ghost Adventures. I mean, I'll watch it, but I try to take it for like entertainment value.
The first thing they ever caught was that flying brick in their like main documentary in their first episode ever.
Yeah,
and then even like physicists looked at it and they're like, "That's not possible."
Right.
And it's like, I believe that 100%. Like that's probably what really got them into wanting to do it. And then they got really rich from it.
Right.
And now they're like, oh no, now I have a hot liquid running down my leg. Like,
right.
what is this ectoplasm? It's like, bruh.
Yeah, I haven't
like,
seen a lot since like.
No, it isn't like that.
No, it's not.
No, I mean, it's been a few like probably seasons that I haven't really seen much of.
They focus a lot. Like, I don't know. I'm still really into it. There is
they'll
lot
catch
of,
good
like,
stuff. Like,
cinematic stuff. I think Zach Bagans does play into things a little bit.
He's got to though.
Well,
He's
he
a
has to.
TV
It's
show.
a TV show. There's
It's a
some
TV
things I'm
show.
sure he can't not do because the producers are like, I need you to like way over.
Yeah, if they don't catch a single thing, the whole investigation,
good
they
at it.
have to do something to make it interesting.
And
Yeah.
I mean, he's good at it. He's good at overreacting.
Oh, I'm sure there's
feel like, but
investigations that they go to. I mean, look, it's like what?
I don't know. I've never
15
been-
episodes a season.
Something like that. Yeah, maybe a little less.
This
You
current
know,
season, I
how
think,
many places do
like
they
30.
go that they record that they're just like, we can't even use this as an
They were like,
episode.
Right.
14 hours of this content is complete bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I'm
can't
sure
even
he's
use
at
it.
places almost every single day.
Right.
On to looking at.
So of course you're
research
gonna. I
and-
mean, you're gonna have a couple episodes where you're not gonna have a lot that happens. They're just gonna
It
have to
happens
make
to
it
us,
interesting.
too.
They just gotta make it interesting. You're gonna have a lot of B-roll. You're gonna have a lot more of the story that plays into it. You know, and then you're gonna have your couple of things that they find. I don't sit here and discredit everything that they find.
No, not at all.
But yeah, they can definitely. It just gets dramatized up.
They're like,
Well,
I
actually,
don't
those
believe their
one people. What
possessions.
was it? The people from Taps, the ghost hunters.
Yeah, the
weren't they
first
actually
ones.
caught like faking shit?
One guy was.
One
no one
guy.
else knew he was doing it. from
But
what I
he was
remember.
faking shit.
He
for
faked
their-
one thing.
One thing.
One thing.
And
that was
got
his-
caught.
And got caught.
Yeah, got
And it
caught.
was his jacket getting tugged. He had
Okay.
a little wire in his thing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that one. I
Yeah.
knew that
He-
something happened.
They restarted that show and he's not on it.
Right.
I mean, good for them, for
And
sure.
I was actually watching that show that he got caught live. It was live too. It was a Halloween special. They did it every.
He got
single
caught
year.
live, like
Yeah.
live. They debunked it with the wire.
Not that it.
So
came out
after the
later,
fact,
yeah.
After, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he didn't. People were onto it, but he came out and admitted it.
Oh, okay.
Good
and then
man.
he left the show.
Like, yeah, bro, you gotta go now. You just lost us all
You've been
credibility.
Yeah, you just fucked us.
You just,
bro.
yeah, because you can't, because it's
Because they
one
were
of those,
doing good. Like,
Right.
The shit they were capturing. Like,
they were the show.
One of the
Yeah,
best
they were
things
better
they
than Ghost
ever
Adventures.
caught
They
was
were.
that thermal at Gettysburg. You ever
that
seen
was
that?
pretty cool.
Yep.
Where they had that soldier walking across
Yep.
the railroad. That was that
Taps-
still to me is the best thing. And the thing that they found in the prison where it looked like a cape like running through the shadows.
I'm not sure about that
at
one. I remember the
Eastern-
Getty,
Eastern
the
State
one, the thermal.
Penitentiary. Eastern State Penitentiary. That video is insane as well.
They were actually, you know, they were probably like a show that I would enjoy more now.
Right.
But when I was younger, when that stuff was playing, they were more boring to me.
Oh, yeah.
Ghost Adventures
is
was
way
like
not.
way more entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the way they produce theirs. To where now, though, like if I were to watch that style of Ghost Hunters, I'd be like probably more intrigued because it was just kind of like straightforward. Like, here's a little bit of history and here's what we got. It ain't flashy some episodes,
Right.
but this is what we got, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
And I think Zach's a little more flashy with the way.
Oh,
he does
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. He just,
I mean,
yeah,
he's,
got
a,
the
he's a
persona.
whole character, man.
Yeah.
Like he dresses all black. His hair is jet black.
Yeah.
He owns a fucking haunted museum. Like,
I know, right?
He's all about the ladies whenever he goes to a place where it's like a brothel or something.
Oh,
He's
I'm
like,
sure.
They love me.
They love me, Zach Bagans.
I mean, look at this physique. I got a cross tattoo.
What was that
I
show?
got a cross
What was that show that he was on, John? Before,
I got neck tattoos.
was it Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, he was actually on Wheel of Fortune before.
Yeah. Wait,
got-
really?
Really?
Yeah,
That's
before
wild.
they got famous. Yeah, pull it up, John. Fuck it.
That's fucking wild to me. Where it's
I didn't
like,
know that
you were
about
famous
him.
before you were famous?
Yeah, I mean, he was on fucking Wheel of Fortune. I mean, I don't know how famous you are.
Old
for...
people watch that shit religiously. What do you mean?
Yeah, I think it was with his sister or something.
Damn, that's crazy.
I think that's what.
Hey
it
man,
was.
people are famous for being on one episode of Survivor. So.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Fucking Survivor. Man, I got. Oh, here it is. There he is.
Get
What?
the fuck out of here.
No way.
Yeah.
He wins $1,000.
He sounds like way different because he's so much younger.
Say because he looks like he's 12.
Yeah. Fucking. Oh, it's Bud Light. Maybe they should sponsor us.
Please? Just please?
At least that's what they claim. Right here, Meredith and Zach Bagans from Las Vegas, eh? See, they're already on your side. All right. Let's
Looks
not
like a
milk it,
Backstreet
Zach.
Boy.
You can see it in his nose, though.
Both at UNLV.
That's
Oh, well,
Bagans.
let's start with Meredith, just because I'd rather.
I'm currently attending UNLV, a full-time student, majoring in communications with an emphasis in advertising.
Yeah, what do you hope? Do you do some modeling, right?
Yes, I do modeling as well.
Yeah, what do you hope to do eventually?
Advertising.
Oh, good. Well, that's why you're studying, of course. I didn't get this job because I'm stupid. You know? Although that was one of the qualifications. Zach is your brother, it says here, and we'd like to hear about you, sir.
I also attend UNLV, communications major, I'm minoring in film. I'm also a mobile disc jockey here in Las Vegas, perform at weddings, and teach everybody how to do the chicken dance. So we have a lot of fun. So
And now I go.
keeps me busy, and it's moving me in my direction.
All right, well, good. And poultry is important. It's time for our...
Yeah.
Wow.
It makes sense he studied cinematography and stuff like that, though.
in film, when he said that, I was like, oh, okay, yep.
Yeah,
it makes tons
really
of
well
sense.
for him.
Oh, yeah.
It did worked out extremely
He has
well.
like one of the longest running television shows on TV.
If not the longest.
It's like 27 seasons now.
Yeah, like, sheesh. Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
I cannot believe he literally looks
isn't
like
he on
that.
Discovery? What is he on now?
Travel Channel?
He's always been on Travel Channel.
Yeah, but I mean,
so it might be for like on that specific channel.
I mean, he made the Travel Channel popular.
Yeah.
Like if you ask me, like,
well,
that's
now they're on
100%
the
is.
subscription.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
forget.
the Discovery.
I can't remember it.
Discovery Channel. Yeah.
Because that's how I watch it.
Yeah, Discovery Plus.
Yeah, Discovery Plus.
Yep.
Just like you need Paramount Plus to watch that fucking Halo show.
Yeah.
Fucking
And the new
damn it.
Jackass movies on there too.
Is it?
Yep. And I specifically was like, I'll do a 30-day trial just so I can watch that stuff.
Really?
I ain't paying for it.
Just
yeah.
a Jackass movie?
Just a Jackass movie.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to see this.
Dude. I want to see the Halo, though.
I watched the first 15 minutes of the Halo, and it was really good. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a little better, like, the way that, like, the animation and stuff, because it seemed a little bit subpar.
So you already watched it?
The first episode.
The
The only
first
first
episode.
episode was out yesterday.
Yeah, I heard that too. A little subpar on
But
the-
it was good. Like, the story was good. It really jumped into it, though, where I was just like,
Oh,
Jesus,
damn.
you guys didn't fucking miss a beat here. Like,
You ain't
you're
fucking around.
Yeah, you're going right into, like, the heavy shit.
Well, I mean, everybody fucking knows Halo that's going to watch it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's all like diehard long life fans at that point. I mean,
You know.
if you don't know what Halo is, like you probably never played the games and know
Never
nothing
really
of the
liked
I mean,
lore.
you're probably going to gain an audience, though, that, you know, maybe hasn't played all the Halos or...
True.
You know, you're going to drive them to play the game
Yep. And
from
then
this. So,
back and forth.
Yep. And then all of a sudden, Halo, you know, fucking 5 or something, or it's going to be around the
Yeah,
horizon.
that we have Halo Infinite and this and that.
Jesus. Well, dudes, this has been fun.
Fuck yeah.
I got like a list of like a ton more cryptids that I want to talk about, and of course we didn't get to it, so I think we should like fucking do this again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As you can
Totally
see, we're
down.
experts.
And we'll and we'll like just try to stick to the script, and we'll try to like run through. I got like a list of them that I wanted
Oh
to
yeah,
go
we
through.
can definitely do that.
Yeah, and, we'll try to like script it out so we
Really
don't
hammer that
go on
one,
our
hammer this
tangents.
it's so easy to.
But they're so good. It's just good conversation.
like koala bears fighting. and
Yeah, dude.
games.
Holy fuck, man. You do it good.
I've watched this so many times.
If there's one thing in my life I'm gonna learn, it's sounding like a koala bear fight.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Get into a fight with someone and do that. It's probably
Y'all
not gonna
ever
fight
heard
you.
it?
Yeah.
This is my like party favorite. Be like, you guys ever heard koala bears fighting? Like, you need to.
You need to, like, just watch. All of a sudden, yeah. Like, dude, that got
Did
me.
you think that was coming?
That's it. Well, stick around.
Oh, 'cause I can put it.
Problem with pills? Is that our future? Is that what we're slowly getting to? Like the brains just can keep. Those are rams, right? I thought they had horns.
Honestly,